Good.
All right. Good morning, children. Good morning. Hi. This is a lot different than what we are used to, and I'm sure you guys all understand that. Moms and dads and families, you are going to be entering into a journey with your children and myself, and we are going to continue the learning process as best we can. But I think it's important that at the end of the day that we remember that I think this is a really sweet opportunity to start using our creative forces and put together a plan so that you guys can communicate with each other. I know you guys like to socialize a lot with each other, and it's got to be absolutely painful not being able to do that every single day. And so I want you to understand that I am working hard to create those opportunities. But for now, you came and you picked up some work. You picked up 3 weeks worth of work. In that work were ReadWorks passages and math. And so with the ReadWorks passages, boys and girls, nothing has changed. It's the same strategies. Make sure that you're using the question in your answers. Make sure that you are locating clue words within each one of the questions so that you can go and hunt for the answers within the passage. And so we want to do our best to keep the routines that we're used to going. And when we come back to school, we will be ready to go and pick up where we left off. The math goes all the way back to chapter 1. And so you are going to be working with rounding numbers, adding and subtracting numbers, and long division, the multiplication, and also our fractions, and all the different ways of making equivalent fractions, using the fraction strips, using the number line, which is kind of tricky when your number line's built up of more than one whole, but then also the simplest form, which is where we left off on Friday, when we thought we'd wake up on Monday and come to school. And so what you have now with you is work that is kind of like review. And so there's one thing that I'm going to request, and I don't personally have all the information for it, but is to please be prepared to come on Tuesday and pick up some additional resources. Boys and girls, make sure that you remind your moms and dads that we want to, grandmas, grandpas, aunts and uncles, wherever you are, make sure that you remind them to come on Tuesday and pick up some additional information. Some of that is going to be a brand new folder. It's going to be yellow, and it's going to be a lot like your homework folder, but it's going to have your Zearn username and password, your IXL username and password, and your Reflex Math username and password. So I want you to pick that up too. And inside of that folder is going to be your mission report that you've started with Mrs. Schnetz, and have begun typing with Mrs. Schnetz, understanding that it's a report format and not the same 5-paragraph essay that we compose in here during writing. And so the mission report's going to be in there, and I'd also like to tuck in your IXL accountability charts, so that you know what strands I want you to be working on, but also working on the strands that IXL recommends for you based on how you're doing. So that's my message for today. I think that talking into my telephone here is nothing like sitting and being able to have the honor of talking to you in person but there is a little bit of part of me that I can use my imagination to pretend that I am talking to you. And so I just want you to know that you are all in my heart, and I am thinking a lot about you. You guys, boys and girls, are an enormous part of my life. And so to not have you here all of a sudden without any sort of proper closure or goodbyes, I'm gonna try to keep this as normal as possible, but knowing deep down inside I really do, I miss your presence. So, I don't know, do you guys wanna sing a song? We can sing We're Gonna Be Friends, and I think this will be one of those moments where Mr. Tillers gets to be a goofball, and he'll sing along so that you can maybe sing along with us or with me, and your parents can get to know We're Gonna Be Friends. So we are gonna sing We're Gonna Be Friends. Fall's here, hear the yell, back to school and ring the bell. Brand new shoes and walking blues, climb the fence and books and pens. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. We're gonna stay friends. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Walk with me, Susie Lee, through the parks and by the trees. We will rest upon the ground and look at all them books we found. Safely walk to school without a sound. Safely walk to school without a sound. Here we are, no one else. We walk to school all by ourselves. There's dirt on our uniforms from chasing all the ants and worms. So we clean up and now it's time to learn. We clean up and now it's time to learn. Numbers, letters, learn spelling, nouns and books and show and tell. Playtime we will throw the ball and back to class and through the hall. Teacher marks are out against the wall. Teacher marks are out against the wall. We don't notice any time pass. We don't notice anything. We sit side by side in every class. Teacher thinks that Mr. Tillers looks funny, but she likes the way you sing. Tonight I'll dream while I'm in bed, then silly thoughts run through my head about the bugs and alphabet, and when I wake tomorrow I guess you and I will walk together again. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Yes, I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Alright, boys and girls. That is all for today. I think as we move on, my sweaters will probably change, and I'll just start being more like Mr. Rogers as we go on. But in the name of these Pokemon characters here, right now is a good time to have some of that grit. All right, so hang on to what you got, and just know that I'm thinking about you, kids. All right.
Blah.